How does corruption affect access to education and educational resources for learners with special needs? When I joined the Academ a few years ago, I was delighted to be given the opportunity to share knowledge with young learners and in the process learn from them as well. The most fulfilling part of my journey came when I began venturing into the field of inclusive and special education. This time, I had the privilege of facilitating learning of future educators. The experience was both challenging and rewarding, and it gradually evolved into a collaborative endeavor between my students and me. To raise the standards and expectations of my teacher students, we immerse ourselves in various legal provisions related to education. The 1987 Philippine Constitution, particularly Article 14, declares the state's responsibility to provide quality education for all citizens, ensuring accessibility while promoting academic freedom and innovation. Similarly, Batas Pambansa Bilang 232 or the Education Act of 1982 establishes an integrated system of formal and non-formal education and outlines the rights and duties of students, teachers, and administrators. Most importantly, Republic Act No. 7277 or the Magna Carta for Disabled Persons upholds the rights of persons with disabilities to education, employment, health services, and accessible infrastructure. It promotes the rehabilitation, self-development, and full integration into society while prohibiting discrimination and penalizing acts of public ridicule or vilification. In the Philippines, basic education, elementary and high school, is free and compulsory. However, students will still shoulder costs such as food, transportation, and school supplies. The Universal Access of Quality Tertiary Education Act, or Republic Act No. 10931, further extends this accessibility by providing free tuition for students enrolled in state universities, colleges, and technical vocational institutions. Despite these legal frameworks, my students and I have observed a disheartening reality in many public schools. Access to quality education remains elusive, especially for learners with special needs. A major cause is the lack of sufficient funding for public schools to upgrade facilities, acquire adaptive learning materials, and implement inclusive education programs. Some schools have the willingness to accommodate diverse learners but lack adequate teacher training and professional development to effectively address their needs. But why does this persistent lack of funding exist? One cannot overlook the pervasive role of corruption as a major contributing factor. Corruption diverts funds intended for schools, resulting in insufficient classrooms, outdated textbooks, limited assistive technologies, and inadequate teachers training, and many teachers struggle to provide effective instructions due to the absence of proper materials, often relying on personal devices or improvised resources just to deliver lessons. Furthermore, bribery and nepotism in hiring processes can lead to the appointment of unqualified or underqualified teachers. This undermines the quality of instruction and deprives competent educators of opportunities to serve. In some instances, corruption seeps into the most basic levels of service delivery, where bribes are demanded for admissions or even for the release of essential school supplies. Such practices create an unfair advantage for those who can afford to pay, further widening the gap between the privileged and the underprivileged, including children with special needs. These children themselves are aware of this corruption, and in several consultations that we had, they identified corruption as a primary reason for the absence of program and services so that it will address their needs and priorities. To combat this, children now urge the government to recover public funds that are misused by these corrupt officials and redirect them towards education, poverty alleviation, and child-focused services. They also call upon government officials to act with integrity and accountability, making decisions for the people's welfare rather than for personal or political gain. As they emphasize, public spending should be transparent, equitable, and truly felt in the daily lives of their people, especially the most vulnerable section, such as learners with special needs. Ultimately, addressing corruption is not just a matter of governance. It is a matter of justice and inclusion. When corruption robs schools of their rightful resources, it denies every child, especially those with special needs, their constitutional right to learn, to grow, and to belong.
Ms. Dueñas is a powerful advocate for inclusivity, recognizing that corruption affects everyone, including vulnerable groups like special needs learners. She bravely broke the silence. Her dedication to this cause is truly inspiring, and her work benefits not just one group, but the entire community. She amplifies the voices of special needs learners, championing inclusivity and advocating for their rights, proving that every individual deserves equal opportunities to thrive.